join us at GTEx, because the information, the training will just open your eyes, and you will even sell eyes even inside them. You'll be able to sell eyes. I mean, fridge to people, even inside the eyes, you know. So this is amazing. Join us and get value today, tomorrow, and keep moving. Thank you, Chites. I'm proud to be part of you, and I promise to be among the best as time goes on. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are joining from. My name is Happiness Chinedu. I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. It has been amazing this being part of this 21 days journey. I've learned a lot, because though I've done sales before, but this one is actually a high networking sales. It has been an eye-opener, because I've met a lot of people. I've been encouraged on how to sell, because I remember the day I did a role play here. I was just going up and down, because I didn't know what they were talking about, only that I was so excited to join. So I did a role play. Some people were laughing at me, but I enjoyed it, because I've known where to start from, where to end, how to meet the right people and say the right thing at the right time and close the deal. GTEx has been amazing. I know those that have joined have also made them gotten values to for themselves. And I promise those that have not joined that this is the best place for you to be. If you're not here, this is you just need to make time and join us at GTEx, because the information, the training will just open your eyes, and you will even sell eyes even inside them. You'll be able to sell eyes, I mean, fridge to people, even inside the eyes, you know. So this is amazing. Join us and get value today, tomorrow, and keep moving. Thank you, Chites. I'm proud to be part of you, and I promise to be among the best as time goes on. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited to have someone great, sitting right beside me here today. His name is Mr. Victor Ugu. So he happens to be one of the amazing GTEx team members, and I would like you to just share his success story with us, because it's really, really inspiring. He joined us, just, I think, how many months ago?
October. That was like 5 months ago.
About 5 months ago, and in less than 5 months, he's made millions in commissions. So, Mr. Victor, your first sale, what was the experience like?
There was this relief, and there was this joy, inner joy, and sense of accomplishment.
Wow, that's massive. So, what was the journey like? What were the few things that you think you did and other people can learn from?
Okay, so when I came in, I started I'm an intern. I came in as an intern, and I started my internship on the 20th of October last year. So I came in with, I and Dan came in on the same day. So, and 5 other persons who resumed on the same day. So, I would say what kept me was, I was doing the work. To be reasonable, I was doing the work. But what really kept me was consistency and faith. Because in 5 of my team that we resumed together, I was the last to make a sale.
Wow.
Yes, I was the last person. Yes, I was the last. So it was like the ball was rolling, turn by turn. In the deepest part of my heart, I believe that this will definitely get to me. Because when gifts sold, followed by Funke, it was already like that. Then Peter, after then Peter, then Faith. There was not that person left but me. So I had to go back to my dream board and say, what's going on? It's my turn already. Why is it not coming? So, well, I was going to have it. It finally came, and it came on my 5th month of retention. That was when I made my sale. So I just want to thank God. What really kept me were two things. Number one, consistency and faith.
Wow, that's beautiful and really inspiring. So I think one lesson there is the right environment really was helpful in that context. And
I kept getting encouraged, especially from the leader. When he made the sale, was like, bro, don't worry, yours is coming. I was like, definitely I think so. I kept getting encouragement, and I found a way to mingle with them more. So the more I mingle with them, it was like I see I have made the sale already. So and within the shortest period of time, that consciousness sank into me.
Yeah, beautiful. So for your first commission, what was the figure like? Like how many figures are we talking about?
Okay,
or like how much in commission?
My commission was 2 million naira.
Oh, you added right, 2 million naira. First commission. Oh, that's deep. 2 million.
Thank you so much.
In less than 5 months. That's massive. What do you just have to say to others out there, that are looking out for an amazing opportunity like joining our internship program, where they can get to learn how to, make sales, how to be successful in the real estate space for 6 months, or even joining our GTEX and Associates program, where anywhere they are in the world, they can partner and they also get to enjoy all these benefits. What do you have to say to them?
Okay, so it's a privilege for me to be able to come here to share what I think personally. So I will share 2 things. Number one, I think if you know better, you will do better. The only difference between me or you and Dangote is information. Yes, if I know what Dangote knows, I will, probably to a reasonable extent, I will do what he's doing. But if I don't know what to know, there's no way I can do what he's doing. There's no way I can replicate it. So one of the things I will all just do is seek for information, the right information.
Wow, so this is a proof that anything is possible. If he can do it, you can do it. So in one word, or 2 lines, what do you have to say to Dr. Stephen, the chairman of GTEX, and the one that's given this platform for this kind of success story?
I would say a very big thank you, and not just a very big thank you. The thank you is coming from the sincere heart, because it's a privilege and it's a rare thing to be working as an intern in a conglomerate like this. And you get access to information, you get access to people, you get the opportunity to learn new skills. So when I first came here, I never expected what I came to meet. When I was in Benin, I came from Benin, I told myself that I was always wishing to see. So when I got here, there's this privilege. Those who is not proud. So you always, I just see like this, I'm like, I'm this close to the student. So I want to thank you for the access. I want to thank you for the information. I want to thank you for the privilege to learn, to grow. I just want to say thank you.
For those of you who would like to know, currently we're having a 21 days high-ticket sales challenge, and you can be a part of this. You can join, and just like several success stories we've had, you can even start getting results in your first week of joining this high-ticket sales challenge. So all you need to do, just reach out, sign up, join the community, and I see you winning as well. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, just like you could hear from him, anything is what?
Possible.
It's possible.
Thank you.
Look at types of sales, right? What are the different types of sales? Because a lot of times you might need to change the type of sales, or you might need to mix it so that you are trying different mix. So we have B2C, that's a business to customer. So you are the business, and then you are marketing to a customer, directly to customer, retail. Just one individual, just one customer that is trying to buy from you. And I'm very sure in the last 5 days, most of the conversation has been around B2C. Look for individual customers, trying to talk to them. And it's some of the easiest, cheapest, basic type of marketing, type of sales. And I mean, it always works. Direct marketing, knocking at the door, one call at a time, one client at a time, very effective. Okay, but we look at number 2, which is the B2B. B2B is the business to business. And basically you're saying to yourself, I am a business, I'm selling land, but how do I get companies to then buy land for their staff? Do you see? So in this case, you're looking at cooperative societies, you're looking at you're looking at clubs, you're looking at association, you're looking at golf club, you're looking at different clubs, right? How do I talk to groups? It could be religious institutions. So instead of just doing one-to-one, I want to do one-to-many, right? And it just has a powerful effect in amplifying what you're doing. At some point, you're good with just me and one customer. But at some point, you have to wake up and say, hey, our business need to begin to do. I'll give a very powerful example of that I realized. And it's very powerful because many times, a lot of us who are young entrepreneurs or just general human beings, we see stories of entrepreneurs and we hate them. Say, oh, is it not government contract that LICO used to be great? And we fail to realize that even in other climb, nobody really got to where they are by just B2C, business to customer. Bill Gates, does more softwares for other companies, than even makes more money by doing B2B than he's doing B2C. Elon Musk makes more money by doing B2B than B2C. The money is in doing business with, other businesses who are able to buy bulk from you, right? And you have to figure out a way to really begin to do that. You might want to begin to look for database of CEOs, database of HR managers, database of business owner in certain sectors. So for example, I always say this, who are really, really your competitors as a realtor? Are they other realtors? Okay. I mean, who are your competitors? And I tell people, you'll be shocked that your competitor is not another realtor. Your competitor is a car agent. Your real and true competitor is who, people are spending their money with when they are not spending with you. Who else? And in many cases, it's either people are buying cars, or they're buying land, or they're buying house. Okay? And many times, you and I will agree, people prioritize owning cars than they prioritize owning land or house. Right? So sometimes you then want to say, can I partner with car dealers? You see what I'm saying now? To say, people who already bought cars, can we then reach out to them? They already could afford something almost the equivalent of a land or equivalent of a house, right? Can I start talking to such people to then inspire them, to buy property from me? But that's if you're thinking B2B, B2C. But if you're thinking B2B, what are you thinking? Can I go to where they are doing association of car dealers? And then I'm talking to them to say, can I partner with you for us to sell houses and land? And on every customer you give me, if they do business, 5% is yours. I get 10%. I'm splitting my commission with you. I don't know if you agree with me that you will probably get larger number of car dealers working with you. Now, the funny thing would be that each car dealer will most likely give you more than one businesses, right? And then you still have also larger number of other car dealers. And so this just help to exponentially grow your business in an exceptionally humbling way. So think of B2B. The third type of sales is B2G, business to government. I've been reluctant with this, but I know that at some point I have no choice. If I really want to scale my business, I have to do. For example, by doing real estate governor means that I can afford to have the state governor give me 5,000 hectares of land, 10,000 hectares of land, and we can really scale. I mean, in a very, very huge way. Okay. And this is really, and that's why, again, just like I mentioned, from Bill Gates to Mark Zuckerberg to Jeff Bezos to Elon Musk, all of these guys are doing business with government. And that's why whoever wins White House, you see them go take pictures with him. This is about survival instinct. This is about their business, because they make more money, most of them, servicing governments, servicing nations, being contractors to nations than anybody else. For example, people don't know that even the CIA and so many government officials still use Jeff Bezos W whatever server, okay, for what they do, right? So the cloud computing business of Jeff Bezos supplies top government parastatals. And so for you to think that he will be fighting a government is not even wisdom on his part, because he can even lose some businesses. So that's why most times a lot of business people don't always want to fight government, because technically some government agencies are their clients. And if you're going to scale business to a level, you really have to think B2G, business to government. And so what will be my advice today, and what will be my assignment to you today? I'm giving you a good new assignment. I need to, number one, get up a database of CEOs, email database, phone number database, and start reaching out. Database of HR managers, because sometimes the HR managers help, particularly in the area of real estate, right? They have cooperatives, so database of cooperative presidents and secretaries. Get those databases and start reaching out to them. Okay. Also, I want you to get database of government agencies, permanent secretaries, directors, what do they call them? ZMDs of agencies, MDAs, right? Whatever the title is, right? Get those databases and start reaching out. Be polite, be kind. We've shared some of these things in previous days, how you can approach in a very calm way, whether telemarketing, whether it's text messages, whether it's email. You want to get the database and then start reaching out. You also want to leverage on events, right? There are industry events where those who are going to be there are, head of parastatals, if you want to do B2G, or those who are going to be there are CEOs. And you go there, you're nice, you dress in a very unique way, and you're taking pictures and you're talking to them, you're collecting contacts, and you're reaching out to them afterwards. You must learn to leverage on events. If you want to do B2B and B2G, go attend other wealthy people's parties. They're busy people, so it's not as if they're trying to waste time. Okay, but those meetings, those parties are also networking platforms. They're also marketing platforms. You see each other, you exchange contacts, and hey, and many of us need to learn this, particularly in this part of the world. I say this often, that particularly people who are religious, right? Some of us are not, we're not relationally intelligent. And I've noticed that sometimes when pastors and clergy people are talking, because they're generalizing their conversation, it's easy to misunderstand what they're saying. I give an example. I have a pastor who is very vocal about, God is your source, and you don't need any man to get breakthroughs and to get success. But hear this. In my years of getting to studying, over 20 years, I realized and I learned that one of the most relationally intelligent human being on planet Earth that I've come close to is by the name Bishop David Oyedepo. Relationally intelligent. So when people like that tell you don't need man, God is your source, they are not telling you to ignore man. Because it's the day they do birthday, you now see the array of quality people in those meetings, right? And the good things those people say about how he's been friends, he's kept relationship with them, he's been helpful to them in some of their vulnerable season. So we must learn to balance conversations, and I intentionally throw that in, particularly for people of faith, that you must be relationally intelligent. If you're going to do B2B and B2G, you must have relationship etiquettes when you go to parties and meetings. How do you greet? How do you shake hands? Your body language, the way you talk, the way you communicate. Don't look down on people. Sometimes the people who open the door is not even the CEO, is the gate man to the CEO. It's not the CEO, it's the PA to the CEO. I was at a party in New York recently, and I met two governors. They don't know me, but their PA knew me, right? And it was the PA that immediately said, "Oh, sir, this person is so we most likely need him. Can we take a picture with him?" It was the PA, right? So I've seen people looking for governors and trying to build relationship with governors. Meanwhile, if the governor PA secretaries don't like you, right, you may end up not even seeing the governor, even though he personally met you and booked an appointment with you. So we must learn that. I made a very big mistake, and I can be vulnerable to tell you this, where I was in Dubai one time at Dubai airport, and I met a particular person. He looks like a governor, so I remember walking up to him. I said, "Hey, the governor of so place." He said, "Well, people always say I am." And I said, "What do you do?" I said, "Oh, but I was too much in a hurry. I felt if you're not the governor, well, we don't need to have this conversation." I just walked away because he didn't admit whether it was the governor. Just said people always say. So just like, "Oh, what do you do?" I mentioned, and I then walked away. I'd even gone to, because there's an elevator, I was going somewhere else, and then turned back only to then see his security man, because he was alone, and that's also why I believe when he said, "Well, people say so," I thought he wasn't the one, because he was all alone. And then by the time I was thinking, I just saw his end, he had the protocol guys. I said, "This is the man," and they would just turn on me that, "Oh no." But the mistake there, that's why I say it's important to relationship intelligence, learning, training. The mistake there was, even if it wasn't the governor, if I had just continued to have a very polite conversation, yes, I was in a hurry, but hey, if he was the governor, I would have created the time, isn't it? So if I had just taken the time and built that conversation, it would have been great. I tell people this, and don't ever forget this, right? The best time to build relationship with great people is when they are still not yet great. And you will never know how many people are going to rise. So don't discard people. Now, I'm not asking you to then go about wasting your energy with people with low energy, with people who are going nowhere. That's what I'm saying. But don't just have this culture where you look down on people, right? Because that then begin to build a reputation for you to say, "This guy always look down on people if he thinks they are not at the high level," right? So build a culture where you understand the way, the politeness, and courtesy is important. Use all the 5 magical words. "Thank you," "please," "I'm sorry," all right, "pardon me," and just use the right words, right? It costs you nothing. I always say this: to prostrate for somebody, today, and then you move on, One day you'll be shocked that the people you prostrated for before are now prostrating for you. It's happened to me in my life. So if somebody's on your way, they are critical to your success, be humble to reach out to them. But if you're going to do B2B and B2G, this is very, very important. So I can give you the assignment, get those database, and then draft a proposal. Okay, and this time around, the way you draft a proposal to an individual is not the way you draft to a business. It's not also the way you would draft to another core business. So my assignment, also second assignment, is ask in the community group who is experienced in writing proposals. Work with them to write a templated proposal to say, hey, we have landed properties for your cooperative members. We have houses for your people to buy in Dubai. We have property for your people to buy in the US. We have property for people to buy in UK. Some of you know oil companies, HNIs, big companies really that have wealthy employees and they are looking for opportunities for investment. This is it, right? So work with somebody in your group, whether in your team, or you can ask in the larger group. Do you find someone who can help you with drafting quality proposals? And I'm challenging you to send 50 proposals to businesses and 50 starters. Again, you have nothing to lose doing all these challenges, guys, right? You have nothing to lose. You will be shocked. Some of these 1 year later, this will open doors for you. But do it. You have nothing to lose. Just do it. Just make the effort. I always say this. For you to try and fail is better than not trying at all. For you to try and nothing happen is better than not trying at all. Give it all the best and don't give up.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Trust we are having a great day. Okay, that was actually a very, very, insightful section with Dr. Stephen, and I was able to jot a lot, and I'm so sure that we are not just, listening, we are going to practice all we've been told to do, right? And as a form of, re-echoing, rephrasing, and to um, bring to awareness that, okay, yes, doctor said this and that. I want to know that doctor made mention of getting database. We've been doing 21 days challenge for some time now. This is day 15, right? Day 17, I mean to say. Right. And we might be thinking that where will I actually get the audience that will actually buy into my property? This is one of the key. Just try to reach out to somebody, try to reach out to um database. There's a way you can actually just check it online. You can buy database of um industries, then you start reaching out to them. B2B, that's business to customer, B2B, business to business, I mean, B2C, business to customer, then B2G, that's business to government, right? And the what actually stood out again before I then bring in the speaker for today, is that part that said, other realtor is not really your competitor. I am not your competitor. Emmanuel Anazier is not your competitor. Queen Agidi is not your competitor. Daniel Marcos is not your competitor. Your competitor is another person that can actually provide a product that is of the same value, if I may say, or the same amount, right? And that person can go for it. In the sense that, the doctor said something about the luxury car. People either buy car or they buy house. They either buy car or they buy a land, right? So those are our competitors. And how do we then partner with? How do we overcome this by partnering with them and then getting to write a proposal, right? So and I will want you to pay attention as All right. So I want you to listen because we'll be bringing in one of the speaker, and this will be a very, 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 very profound section ever. Right. So let's wait for a short video, then we bring in the speaker.
James. My personal experience with GVest Cooperative has been great, positive, and convincing. Although I had my doubts when I first joined the year 2022, basically because of some botched business exploit. But thus far, GVest investment has proven to be very dependable. ROI is paid as at when due, and then the employees of the company also maintain constant communication with investors. And these have bolstered my resolve to sustain this partnership. As a matter of fact, the existing business circle will attain maturation next month, and I've decided to renew my business plan, even by increasing the entry fee. In all, I only pray for wisdom, for continuous growth, and positive, to continually make positive impact on the management team. Thank you.
Hello everybody, this is Bukola Adigbola and I am making this short testimony about GVest. I have invested with them for the past 3 years and it's been a good time with them. They are very reliable, they are dependable, I have peace of mind, and I have my return for my investment every year. And as they have said, they are very dependable, they have professionals, their staff are respectable, they are very professional, they are very loyal, they have integrity, and I have peace of mind. I am not sleeping and I'm like, hey, where is my money? What has gone on with my investment? This is just a short testimony. They are very reliable. I will forever do business with them. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. And that's amazing. And right about now, we will be welcoming Mr. Farouk, the MD of GVest, right? So I want you to actually welcome with a standing ovation, a clapping emoji, a fire emoji. Welcome Mr. Farouk Usman, as he's going to unleash everything we need to know about the GVest part of the company. Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Farouk. You can have the floor. I think we need to unmute Mr. Farouk.
Okay. Thank you very much, Daniel Peter. Good day, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the sales challenge so far. Yes, so just as introduced me, my name is Farouk Usman. I head GVS Cooperative Team. And today I'm just going to do more to tell you more about GVS. What are the benefits about GVS? How you can market it, what are offers, what are commissions, and also a little bit backstory of what GVS is all about, because you cannot sell what you do not know about. And the more information you have about the product is how confident you are able to market it and convert to sales. So I'll be using a mind map to discuss this, just to have some bullet points so that we can have a coverage of what we're discussing about. So I hope you all can see my screen. Yes. So okay, I'm sure you can see it now. So for those of you that don't know what this is, a mind map software. It's used to gather your thoughts, concise thoughts, and group different types of segments under a wider spectrum. So this is just all about GVS Cooperative, and then we're breaking each of these small points into GVS and how we can know more about it. So first of all, I'd like to talk about what we do and what GVS is all about. So GVS Cooperative Society, just like the name implies, is a cooperative. And the greatest strength of GVest is actually the people. the amount of people in the society, in the cooperative itself. And then for some of you that have been in different cooperatives as well, you know the strength of what a cooperative is. And GVS Cooperative actually started from us, the staff. We, the staff, were the first people that are part of this cooperative. Each month, we contribute daily, monthly amounts, monthly stipends. So we put as little as 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 per month to contribute to the society. Because the strength of every society is how much the number of members that they are. And for GVS, that is who we are, like cooperative society. And our goal is to increase the finance of every one of our members. How can we ensure we can use the connections of this person to affect the other person? How can we ensure every little dollar you put into the cooperative society is multiplied for you? And that's why the cooperative society has so many products that you can basically invest in. And we'll move straight to what the benefits are. So the first benefits of what we are introducing in GVS Cooperative Society is the ability to get loans. So being in a cooperative, because you contribute every month, you are permitted to get some loans. After about 6 months of contributing money every month, you can get loans of up to 3x of the amount you have contributed. So these are kind of the benefits of joining a cooperative society like GVS is. So whether you're an outsider, you're an insider, you're a staff of the company, you're an associate, you're an investor, you have the right to get some loan joining the cooperative society. Okay, I think my slide has gone off. Just let me know when it's feedback. So these are kind of the benefits that you have joining the cooperative society, which is the first benefit that we have. The second thing I want to discuss about is what we call syndication. So who knows what syndication is? Anybody? Can anybody tell us what syndication is? Anybody? What is syndication? Anybody wants to try? You can Google it. Too. It's okay. I just want someone to give a feedback. What is syndication? Anybody? Does anybody want to try? I like feedback in my training, so please, we need to give feedback. I'll be asking questions from time to time just to ensure that we are following. Right. So anybody? Syndication, anybody? Even you, Tony, syndication. Who wants to Google it and tell us?
Okay, let me give it a go, sir. I think, from what I understand by syndicating, is the idea of having multiple people lending out money for a particular or a single purpose. Maybe a single person needing a loan, you get that from multiple lenders. Maybe kind of what we have in Yangi.
Okay. I did not
Okay,
really hear
so
you. But
in my own understanding, I think, yeah,
okay.
hello, sir.
Yeah,
So in my own
continue.
understanding, so I think that syndication is more like multiple persons coming together for it's either business partners or multiple persons can come together to manage a particular project or come together, put their funds together to either manage a project or something like that. Just the way GVest is. So multiple persons can come together, invest through GVest, and GVest uses it to develop as real estate properties and stuff like that. So, but however, GVest will be responsible for whatever risk or as in whatever that has to do with the business. So these persons coming together to invest are more like they have zero risk in the business, kind of. So that's what I feel the syndication is.
Okay, you're correct. Unfortunately, you are overcorrect. So you even gone deeper than what syndication is. But Daniel Peter says syndication is a self-organizing group of individuals, companies, corporations, or entities formed to transact some specific business to pursue or promote a shared interest. Absolutely. So syndication is basically a group of people coming together or a company for a common interest. That's why when you are looking at all those Italian mafia, some of them are regarded as syndicates, a syndicate of criminals. So it's people that come together, right, to create a corporation or create a form of trust for a common interest. So it can be a shared goal, common interest, right? So that's what syndication is. So part of the benefits of GVES is because we're a cooperative, all of us are all part of a syndication, a financial syndication. Emmanuel Adimeji says syndication refers to preliminary expression of interest. So in their same implication, what I say, or interest or expected action, often used in early stages of fundraising, trading, or deal making. I think you're defining implication, right, as it relates to finance. But that's what syndication is all about. So here at GVEST, there are two types of syndication that is available, and we'll be offering both. So the first type of syndication is what we call equity syndication. So in equity syndication, every member, and now we're looking at the financial aspect, every member is coming together to, let's say, pursue a project. So let's use an example of a shopping mall, right? For example. So in an equity syndication, everyone in the cooperative or people that are involved in that will come together and, let's say, buy or build a shopping mall, right? They bring in the same amount or certain amount, and then they inhabit all the risk that comes in the transaction. So all of us come together, we get a shopping mall. This is the price of the shopping mall. We bring an amount, we run it together. If there's tax, we all pay it. If we make money, we share it. If we lose money, all of us will lose it. That's the first type of syndication. And that's what we call equity. It means we are sharing risk, we are sharing costs, we are sharing profits, we are sharing operating. In some cases, some people are in charge of managing it. But when it comes to equity syndication, we're all bearing the risk together. So it's a good investment, it's good. It's a bad investment, it's bad. The second part is what we now call debt syndication. And in this kind of cases is what we are doing at the moment with GVEST. So in debt syndication is what we usually call crowdfunding. And that's what we do. So we say this is a project we are going to do. But we are going to, the debt means is that we're going to borrow money from you. We are going to become a lender. So for example, Mr. Daniel Marcos is interested in our debt syndication and he gives us 20 million. Because it's a debt syndication, he's not going to share losses with us. He's not going to share risk with us. What we are going to say is that for that 20 million naira, we are going to give you X amount for this amount of years. So whether we make money, we don't make money, Mr. Daniel Marcos is expected to get his, let's say, 20% on 20 million. So that is a debt syndication. And like we're using a shopping mall, for example, it's as if you are making money from a mall without owning the mall. That is what debt syndication is. So part of the benefits of GVEST Cooperative Society is access to this kind of syndications. And currently what we are doing in GVEST is to have different debt notes. So we have 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, 100 million, 200 million, 500 million, 1 billion, which means you invest with us. We in turn use the same amount for our landed properties, our housing project, and then we promise you X amount of return on investment over a period of time. So part of the benefits, sorry, I'm trying to reconnect back so you can see my mind map that I shared earlier. So part of the benefit, like I said, of GVEST is debt syndication. The second part, and equity syndication. The third part of what we're also offering in GVest, and all these things will be involved in our new GVest app that we're launching in July, is the ability to save. So because you're part of the GVest Cooperative Society, is that you can do what we call target savings and safe lock. So target savings is like you're trying to save for rent at the end of the year. You're trying to save for a start, maybe it's for marriage. Maybe you're trying to save for your children's school fees, right? And you do not want to invest over a long period of time. You want to be, let's say, saving 500,000 every month. I'll be topping up your investments for a period of 1 year. We also offer that at a certain interest again. So these are added improvements that we're bringing with GVest that we're launching in July. So let's have a case study. Let me see someone that is here. Anita wants to, let's call it Jackpot, and she wants to travel out of the country, but she wants to save in a place that she won't be able to touch it for a period of 1 year. Let's say Anita earns 2 million every month, right? Anita, say amen now. You earn, you should claim it now. You earn 5 million every month or 10 million every month, and you want to be saving 2 million
Amen.
naira.
Oh.
Now we are talking. Except you already earn it. Show me plug, oh, so I can join you. Whatever you work, comedians will say one thing. Whatever work you are doing, they will not catch you. So let us know about it. So Anita wants to be saving 2 million every month. And at the end of the year, she wants to save 24 million. So with GVest's new app, she can set a target savings of 24 million. And return, we promise her, let's say 10% interest on that amount. So every month she's topping up and every month she's getting interest. That's another benefit of being part of our cooperative. Another part is what we call safe lock, which means you want to lock some certain amount over a period of time. We also give you return on investment on that. But the difference between all these target savings and safe lock from debt equity and debt syndication and equity syndication is that for this debt syndication can be a period of 3 years, 5 years. For equity, you own the project for life, and we're sharing costs, we're sharing profit. The fourth part of benefits we're also introducing to GVest Cooperative is proof of funds. So some of our members want to jackpot, they want to go somewhere else. Because they are part of our cooperative, we can offer them proof of funds, right? Using a certain account we're going to create for you. We can even give you statements that you are part of a cooperative. This cooperative is also sponsoring to this certain place. In case you do not have those funds, the cooperative can stand in place of you. Of course, you're going to pay perhaps 3% per month for each of these things, but it's also part of the benefits of the cooperative. Unfortunately, most people that are investors are only benefiting from the debt syndication because that's what they know about, right? But now that we're having a new and improved app that is going to be out in July, you'll be seeing these things and you'll also be able to have these things in GVest Cooperative. So you are talking to clients, right? Apart from the ROI that I'm getting, what else am I getting? You can say, because you're part of our cooperative, you can get loans for your businesses. You can have savings with us. You should be able to withdraw your money, pay your money back. You should be able to get proof of funds for us. We can also help you to write a letter to the visas for embassies. These are other benefits that are also given as part of the cooperative society. Now we'll be looking at GVest US. So in Nigeria, we're known as GVest Cooperative Society. We're registered as a cooperative. While in US, we're filed with SEC, right, under the Form 5016C, which gives us the ability to crowdfund for different projects. So in the US, we're filed with SEC in the US, right? So when someone asks you, in the US, are you registered? We're registered at GVest Capital in the US, and we're also filed with SEC. And we have the right to raise about $20 million for this year. So in the US, when you're investing with us in the US, we do what we call debt syndication in the US, whereby you are investing in our project that we have in the US. So we have some projects we have in Brookshire where we're selling land and we're also investing. We have a project in TBL that we should start construction in the next 30 to 60 days in the US as well. So the funds in the US in dollars are also paid in dollars, and the funds is retained in the US. So if you invest in dollars, the amount we are getting from you is for the projects we're having in the US. And also we do a minimum of 18 months to pay your ROI, but you can invest for as low as 3 years, 5 years, 10 years projects. So in the US, that's what we do in the US. The next part I want us to talk about is now a bit about the FAQs before we can go into the offer that we have for today. Let me see if there's anything that I'm missing out. Nothing else. So let's look at FAQs that we normally get. So people ask a couple of questions. What is the insurance that comes with this investment? What happens if you cannot pay us back? So one of the things we tell people is that because it's a real estate backed syndication, or we call it real estate backed investment, let's use the word investment. Each of these amount you invest with us is backed by a real estate property that is worth that same amount in the current market value. So what does this mean? Someone invests 20 million and they're asking you, let's say I want to get my capital back and you don't have it. What can I get as insurance? We can give you a land that is worth 20 million at that current rate at that point in time. So what that means is that maybe imagine a client invests with us 2021 and in the year 2025, he says he wants his money back. And then he says that, okay, what do you have to give me in case you cannot pay me back? We can give him a land in, let's say, Berry Beach Road, worth 20 million to take as it. That's an insurance that is backed. So in case of force majeure is something you cannot control. Let's say a disaster. In some cases, maybe a World War II, World War III, World War V, maybe another COVID comes and there's no consistent cash flow again. Something we cannot control. Massive inflation, economic crash. We can give them a property that is worth that same amount. In that way, their money is not running away. It's different from me investing in like Forex, for example, and Forex crashes. You cannot give them a coin that does not exist again. But because it's a real estate backed investment, the land is always there. Nothing happens to the land. The land still returns. So these are the insurance that we put as part of the properties whenever they invest with us. Some of them will ask, what if I decide to opt out? Is what we call a fixed investment. So a fixed investment means you agree to give us a certain amount for a fixed amount of time. It's like you're doing fixed deposits. But in the banks will not give you for fixed deposits, you know what they give you. They give you single digits. They don't give you something very concrete as much as what GS will give you. So, but you go to the bank to withdraw your fixed deposit, it's not possible, right? For GVS, we're able to even give you, but we charge you what we call administrative costs of breaking the amount. And I tell people the reason why that happens is because we have predicted that we are going to turn your 100 million naira for the next 3 years into something. And 1 year down the line, you tell us to give us your 100 million naira back. It means that that 100 million naira will not mature as much as we intended it to. In some cases, because we have to liquidate that 100 million naira, the money is not in the bank. We have to liquidate it for some assets. We are going to incur some losses because we've liquidated that. And in return, we're also going to charge you 30% administrative fee for that. Let me explain the process once again. So imagine that you take 100 million naira and then you buy, let's say you take 50 million naira and you buy a car. And you say, I'll use this car for the next 3 years as Uber. And after 3 years, I'll making X amount every month. By the time I want to resell the car in 3 years, the car has lost value, this and this and this. In total, I intend to make 150 million or let's say 200 million from this car. And then 6 months down the line, after buying the car, something happens. You agree with me that when you're selling that car, you're selling that car less the value that you bought it because it has increased mileage. And because you have predicted you're going to incur losses, it's the same thing by investment. So because you don't wait for that investment to mature, it becomes distress sale. You sell below the market value. So we're going to incur some losses. The fact that you've invested in us as well and decide to liquidate that, you're also going to incur some losses. And that's why we have to charge you 30% administrative fee for opting out. The third questions we also get asked is documentation. what do I get when I invest with you? So invest with us in Nigeria, of course, you're going to get a memorandum of understanding or a certificate of investment that states that the company GVS Investment, as well as you, the individual, have agreed to invest X amount, and the corporate society has agreed to pay you back X amount over a period of time. In that same document, there are also terms and conditions that guide you, right? In case of force majeure, what happens, all those things are listed in that document. And that document is also backed by the law, which means it's acceptable under a federal court, under a judge, and these are the documents that we also give. In the US as well, we also give you these things. In addition to that, we also give you a receipt to the amount that you decide to invest with us. So these are some of the questions and answers we usually get. For US as well, we get some FAQs regarding that. What is the money being used for? It's used for our project in the US. What happens if you cannot pay us back your returns back? What happens is that we have a property that is equated to that amount. What happens if I don't want that property? You give us some time to liquidate that property and give me the amount fully in cash back. So these are some of the benefits of what GVS Cooperative is about. This is what we do. What is the money being used for? It's used for real estate backed investment. But in the future, for GBS Cooperative, which we are also incorporating, apart from the debt syndication and equity syndication, this equity syndication also has other projects. For equity, like we said, right now we're doing debt. Debt is that you invest 10 million, you get X amount. In the future, and this is for people like staff of GTEX, associates of GTEX that intend to also join the cooperative, you can join the cooperative without doing investment. Let me say it again. You can also join the cooperative without doing investment. You can join the cooperative because you want to do target savings. You can join the cooperative because you just like what we do. And because of equity, you have access to different projects. So, for example, GS identifies, let's say, there are different businesses you can do. Let's say GS wants to go into what we call clearing and forwarding. And GS says, cooperative says, we want to buy a new ship. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or want to buy a new truck that will be carrying sand. And this can be an equity project. We need 10 people to bring in 1 million for this project. What happens is that GVS manages it and then we share profit. So we can say everyone in the cooperative can now decide to, people that are willing to do that can decide to bring 1 million naira, 10 million naira. That's an equity project. We share profit and in the end you can liquidate. You can decide to buy a house in Shinau, what 10 million naira or 15 million naira or 20 million naira, easy for Airbnb, is an equity project. So there are different things that also come into GVS that people can enjoy from, whether as a staff, whether as an associate, whether as someone that's investing with us. Even current investors of GVS can decide to be putting money into smaller equity projects as well. Also, we're also making some money from proof of funds, which means we're also going to diversify. Also, with the permission of the cooperative, we can put 10% of our reserve into high risk investments like what we call like Forex. And in the end of the year, we share dividends, we share profit. So the goal of Jesus, like I said, is to ensure each of our members are financially free. We help each other, we support each other, we give each other legal advice. We have something you can come to the cooperative. So there's a lot of power that comes from being a cooperative society beyond the investment. But right now, what we are selling for as associates, as team members, what we are selling and we're giving commission on now is our debt certification. And at the moment, we have a couple of offers at the moment. We're giving extra ROI on our 2 million naira, on our 5 million naira, on our 10 million naira, and our 20 million investment. That's the first offer. The second offer is that we are willing to do ROI every year now for a period of time. So those that are keen into these offers, rather than doing 18 months ROI, we are willing to give them their ROI every year. That's the second offer that we're also doing. And during the same period, we're also willing to give extra commission of 0.5 on those that are willing to do a certain volume. So if you can bring 100 million naira within the next um how many days is it? July June 13th, right? Within the next 1 week and then 1 day, we are willing to give you 2.5% on the amount of investment you are able to bring if you do up to 100 million naira, right? So these are part of the offers that we're having. So let me just further now show you so you can understand the investment plan that we are going with so you can be able to explain to your clients. So some people do not know how to explain what we are offering people. So give me a minute. So when the flyer is out, people to understand. So we're giving extra ROI. So what this means is that you invest 2 million naira, we're willing to give you 16%. You invest 5 million naira, willing to give you 18%. You invest 10 million naira, we're willing to give you 20%. You invest 20 million naira, we're willing to give you 22% every year. So what that means is that if you invest 20 million naira at the end of 5 years, you've made 1.6 million on your 20 million investment. If you invest 5 million naira at the end of 5 years, you have made 4.5 million on your investment. If you invest 10 million naira at the end of 5 years, you've made 10 million naira on your investment. If you invest 20 million naira at the end of 5 years, you've made 22 million naira on your investment. Every year you are earning. So this first row shows what you are earning every year. This second row shows what you have earned after 2 years. This third row shows what you have earned after 3 years. The fourth row shows what you have earned after 4 years. And the fifth row shows what you have earned after 5 years. So some clients can decide to get their capital and their investment at the end of the tenure. You can decide to get your ROI every year, and at the end of the tenure, you get your capital back. Those are the two methods of what you are doing. Also, for this, we are willing to do a minimum of 3 years or 5 years investment. But if your clients have any other thing that they require, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Mr. Tony. You can reach out to any member of DigiVest team. You can reach out to Nonye, to Emmanuel, to Damilare, to Joe, to Muftiat, to Rafiat, to Adekule Samuel. You can reach out to Solomon in Port Harcourt. Solomon, is that correct? So you can reach out to anybody that is in GTS and they'll be able to give you anything that you need. Okay, so I think I've covered all I needed to talk about. Yes, 2 million is so, like I said, it's just for a limited period of time. It's from now to the 13th of June. So we are calling it Layer Pro. Let me see if I can show you. Layer Promo. There's a new flyer that we have out. I don't know how you like it, but me, I personally like what our graphic designer is doing in terms of concept. So what we are doing basically is giving people ROI. So the concept is you want more meat, why not more returns? Right. So Jack reduce your offer of up to 26% ROI with GBS. Remember that if you are investing as much as $1 million, we can give you as high. Sorry, I'm thinking million now. $1 billion naira, we're ready to give you 26% ROI. So if you are doing as high as $1 billion, we can give you 26%. So you're able to earn up to 26%. But rather than giving you more meat, why not give you more ROI on your investment? So the deadline is 13th of June, like I said. The first offer is they can do 1 year. The second offer you can do as minimum of 2 million naira, right? The third offer is that if you're able to hit 100 million naira in investments, we're able to give you as high as 2.5 percent commission to push this. We should get the full flyer for the ROI in the next 3 hours, and then we can push massively, we can push heavily. We have commission proof of people that have gotten their commission. We have testimonials of people that have gotten their return on investment. Again, for any inquiries, you can reach out to the GVest team. You can also reach out to me. I'll type my number here. So this is debt, this is not equity, right? This is debt. So I already explained what it is. So my phone number is 0701 408 7669. I've dropped it on the chat box. On the chat box here. So all right, this is the ROI for each of them. Like I said, 2 million naira is 16%, 5 million naira is 18%, 10 million naira is 20%, 20 million naira is 22%. We will not be posting our banners on social media again. It's just basically on request. So you can share this to people on WhatsApp, but please do not post all these flyers on social media intentionally, so that people are always keen to the latest information. Because these ROIs are tend to rise and fall based on current markets, what market is saying, what inflation rate is saying. So we can move forward. So when you're talking to your clients, let them know that this thing expires on this, right? If you do not key into it now, it goes back to the original. For example, we're not taking 2 million again. We're not even taking 5 million. Minimum we are doing in GVest is 10 million naira, right? So this is what it is. And also we are doing 18 months ROI, not 1 year. 18 months is what we normally do. But this is just for a certain period of time. Okay, so I think any questions? Any questions? Please, if you have any question, you can ask. And if not, that's all I have for you today. Thank you. So any question? You can type your question so you can raise your hand. Mr. Daniel Peters, I think over to you. Daniel Peter, over to you. If anyone has any question, you can ask.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Farouk, and we're so blessed, and we're grateful. Please let's bring in the emoji, the opposition emoji, fire emoji, the clapping emoji, and most importantly, we have questions? Okay, somebody is saying, what is the equity ROI of each investment? I think he said it's debt, not equity.
So let me
Am I right, Mr.
explain
Farouk?
that. So
Okay.
equity does not have. So when you are doing projects that involves equity, equity does not have ROI percentage. Equity means we don't even know what we are going to make. Whatever we make, we share together. But if there's any loss in the investment, we lose together. Equity has more risk, and in some cases has more reward. That's for equity. For our projects at the moment, we are not doing equity. What we are doing is debt syndication, which means we promise you X amount over a period of time. It's a fixed investment we are doing. If it's equity, for example, what I'm going to say in equity is that this project is 2 billion naira or $2 billion project. For you to be a part of this, you have to do a minimum of, let's say, 20 million, or we need 100 people. Or I say 200 million, we need 10 people. This investment should yield us 3 billion. But if we don't make money, we're likely to lose the whole 2 billion. So if people come together and say, let's invest in this project, and we lose money, we all lose money together. We make money, we all make money together based on what we give each other. But in debt syndication like this, the risk is lower because the person in charge of the project, which is GVest Cooperative or GVest Investment Capital in the US, is taking all the risk. They are the one handling the project. We are the one buying the land. We are the one dealing with the money there. We are the one fighting on your behalf. And I use a case of a store. It's like you are making money of a store that you do not own because you put money in it. But in equity, you also own the store, which means when they bring land use act, you pay. Land use charge, you pay. If they demolish the store, you pay. They do anything, you pay. You lose money, you lose money. But in debt syndication, whether the owners make money or lose money, because you have an agreement that says they got money from you, they pay you. Whether they cut their losses, they pay you. In fact, if the company goes bankrupt and they sell the company, You people that are in debt syndication, they pay you people first before they do any other thing. So, for example, now you do debt syndication in the project, and the project, let's say you invest X amount, and some people brought in equity, some people brought in debt. When they revalue, the first people that do debt syndication before the even people that do equity. So let's say a project is 2 billion naira now, and 1 billion was from people that did debt syndication, 1 billion were people that did equity syndication. And the end of the project is now worth 1.2, which means there's 800 million naira loss. They take the 1 billion and pay those that brought 1 billion first. And the remaining 200 million, the others that brought 1 billion equity now share it, which means they now make losses. So as an investor, debt syndication is better for people. It gives you more prediction. In fact, for Nigerians, most Nigerians, they don't want to hear that they are losing money. Once they say you may lose money, they Kini, no, right? We want to make money. That's why every year CBEX can come because CBEX promises you returns. There's a new CBEX, there's a new something, right? F&B that cast that time, for me that did F&B. It's, those ones are indication they are collecting money for you and promising you returns, right? But again, you have to identify low risk and high risk and mid risk. Real estate falls between mid risk and low risk, right? Some are low risk, many are mid risk. Because once you are lesser than 30% per annum, is referred to as mid risk investment. Once it's higher than 30%, you're already going to high risk. And the way real estate works, realistically, you cannot promise someone up to 40% or 50% per annum. Once you see that, you run. So we are talking to parents that they are saying, why don't you give us 50%? Oga, do you want to invest in a reputable real estate company or you want to fall for Ponzi schemes? And people do not understand. People enjoy get rich quick scheme. They want to make it chap chap. And that's why you have more people betting every day. If you are betting here, I don't know, you don't admit it. But that is the thing. It's because you can turn 10,000 naira with how many odds? 10 odds, 15 odds, 20 odds overnight. Even if the risk is higher. But the fact that you can turn that money quick around, you get more people coming into. But when it comes to it's not that high, right? But it is a bit guaranteed, although you are not using the word guaranteed, but you understand, it's a bit more safe. People do not tend to be like, I want something higher. You get into something higher, you fall into trouble. In fact, many of the real estate companies that they are calling out like this now, many of them I saw they are giving 50%. I'm like, how? So these are the kind of things you can explain to your clients. But these people are giving, sir, realistically with our investment, with our predictions, you pay salary, you pay commission, you pay for office rent, you run adverts. If we give you 50%, sir, it's like we're running Ponzi because we have not made any amount. Because what will happen is that new investors' funds is what we are going to use to pay old investors. And that's what a Ponzi pyramid is. So to answer your question, the equity and debt is the knowledge, is just to let you understand what kind of syndication you can do. Some of you end up going to running your own real estate companies. Some of you are associates, you are selling because you want to understand marketing. Over time, you have your own real estate, it's something you can do. But I recommend for now, except you have like wealthy investors, you can start having equity projects. And for GVS Cooperative, like I said, on our app, we'll start having little equity projects that people can do. Maybe it's a one-bedroom apartment somewhere selling for 30 million. So people can buy it and then you rent it out and you'll be getting your rent every month. That one, if rent goes high, you can increase your income. If rent goes low, you reduce your income. If nobody rents it out, you wait till someone rents out. That's equity. While in debt, someone rents, someone does not rent, you get returns. That's the difference. So what we are doing, like I said, is the debt syndication. Any further question? Okay, no question. Yeah, we asked one question. So Anita has been here. Anita, don't run though. You're smiling. I can see you. Anita is here. So we'll do a mini role play. I won't call it role play, role play. It's just me asking you questions. So Anita, let me even call you. Anita, I'm calling you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Am I speaking with Anita of GVS?
Yes, you are. How may I be of service?
Okay, a I saw my friend sent me a WhatsApp. He posted something on WhatsApp talking about you giving up to 26% ROI on investment. I'm an investor. Can you give me more information about what this is about?
Okay, so we are an investment company, and unlike Ponzi schemes, we have an ROI for every investment you make with us. And it's certain. It's not like you're going to put in your money and at the end of the day not get it back. So it can be yearly, it can be every 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5 years, depending on how you want us to pay your ROI. Stuff like this.
I'm with you. So um the question I asked is different from the answer you gave me.
Oh,
So
I didn't
when a
get your
client
question,
asks,
please.
you heard me. So when a client asks you a question, you have to understand and know what is really asking for. So there are two things I mentioned. I mentioned you put an advert about investment, which means, and I'm an investor, which means I want to invest. But I mentioned 26%, which means what I'm interested in is what do I get when I invest with you. You didn't tell me that. You didn't ask me any question. So you just went to our investment Ponzi scheme. I did not ask you that, did I?
No, you did not.
I didn't. I didn't. So as I am like this now, I've exposed myself. You can easily close me. But now you're not trying to market what investment is. I've seen it. The catchy point of that flyer is to trigger a response. What they need to trigger you now, me now, is the ROI. So what you're going to tell me now is a bit about GVS, yeah, cooperative, right? But now focus on, oh, you can invest a minimum of X amount to X amount. We give between X percentage to X percentage. And then you ask me a question, all right? How much capital are you willing to invest so I can? Do you understand? If you ask me that one, that then you control the conversation. You are doing so much that I don't ask too many questions. That I invest, that is your cuckoo. But now you're taking me to another place. I'll now start asking you questions based on what you told me. Because what you said that I can be saying, oh, okay, how long have you been doing this? What is it? And I'll not go back to the investment. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So if I answer
I
that
do
question,
see.
oh, thank you so much for inquiring. My name is Farouk. I work with GVS Cooperative. GVS Cooperative, what we do is that we ensure that each of our investors get maximum returns on their investment. So the flyer you saw spoke about the new offer that we have. We're offering new extra ROI on our investors. They can invest from a minimum of, I can increase it to minimum of 5 million to as high as 1 billion naira. So we give between 16% to 26%. How much capital are you willing to invest? So I can tell you the return on investment for that category. Simple. He now tells me, oh, I'm looking at how much can I get for 20 million? Oh, for 20 million, you get this. But sir, if you increase to 50 million, you can get extra of this. You say I'm managing it. When is
Yeah.
that say, okay, I want this, okay, when I will your job is to close. Closing is a problem. Close it, close it. How much do you want to pay? Simple. When is that say, okay, he has already said he has agreed. Okay, but what now happens? You cannot go back to start educating him about this. But your own is, okay, what attracted him is the ROI. And then you now start putting deadline. This thing offers this. This thing ends by this. This thing ends by this. Normally, this is it. And I explained it in today's class, Anita. But you are following a bit, and that's well. But the most important thing when you're talking to clients is listen to what they are saying. Like I tell people, there's no script. Understand the product, your conversation, control it. What they say is what you give them back. You make it as brief as possible, as explanatory as possible, and always end every conversation with a question. So they what they are thinking about is answering your question, not questioning you. That's how you can manage it. Because if you now talk, what I'll be looking for is, how do I poke holes in what she's saying? Once she's saying and I give question, I'm destabilized. Do you understand, Anissa?
I do.
Okay. So Mr. Tony, I think you can take over the role play session. I have to be somewhere. As you can see, I'm in the car. I have to be somewhere at the moment. But thank you so much, Mr. Daniel Peters. Mr. Tony is available for you to answer any other question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Farouk. Thank you so much, Mr. Farouk. I'm so grateful. Thank you for being on call with us. And also, Anita, thank you. It was actually a great role play. Thank you so much. We'll be doing that role play pretty quick, and I will be doing role play based on the product knowledge. Right now, that based on land, I mean to say we will do product knowledge on land and housing, but we do product knowledge today on GBS, like state cooperative arm of Objection. So we will definitely but the understanding you have for regards GBS is still get returns in dollar and have been backed by SEC, by the Security Exchange Commission, right? And I'll be projecting that flyer. Then I will appoint one of the persons who role play just the way Anita and Mr. Farouk just did, right? And so just in case you have questions, please make sure you're mute, or better still, you write it in the chat box.
You got a banner. I will create a sub conference.
Can we see my screen? Can we see my screen?
So when the banner now comes up,
all right, so that's fine. This is the real estate fractional investment in our scheme, right? And we have the listed packages here from 5 million down to 100 million. We can do more than that, right? And then the percentage has been explained already by Mr. Carl. We have the top here, the headline. We actually have 18 months, 3 years, 4.5, 45 years, I mean to say, the 9 years, 5 million attracts 22%, that is 1.1. 5 million for 3 years attracts 44%. 5 million was for let us say 6 years, right? Attracts 56%. 10 million for 18 months attracts 25%. 15 million for 18 months attracts 28%. This is Naira scheme. This is the Naira package, and we have an app for it. If you have Android or you have iPhone, you can check. We have it called GBest app. You can easily navigate to investment and see how the interface and everything looks like. So the second one, I want to show you all right. I told into cost of business. All right, so this one is a US investment, and it's dollar based, right? Not naira, it's dollar based. So the way you're gonna pitch Nigeria, naira, same way you're gonna pitch in a dollar, right? And we have $20,000, and it will actually attract 6%. You know, and $30,000 attract 7%, $50,000 attract 8%, and $20,000 attract 6%. That is $1,200 return. You know, that's for the ROI is here. What I'm seeing here, the one in this flyer. Why $30,000 attract 7%, and it's 2,100. And if we look at $100,000, it attract 9%, that is $9,000 after treatment. We have that package, we have same applies to Naira. So let me check the audience so that you can easily pick what role play. So we have okay, who wants to volunteer? Let me start from there. Who wants to volunteer? Who would like to volunteer for the role play? Are we all here? Who would love to volunteer for the role play this morning? Do we have Paul? Can we have Paul in the work? I don't know the question, but is the person a journalist? Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul there. Okay, Mr. Kemel. Let's use Mr. Kemel. Since Mr. Paul is not here. Mr. Kemel there. It seems most of our people here are actually not here. All right, how about Kobe? Is it Tobe or Noah? Can we have you on call? Wow. Mr. Tobe or Noah? Are you here? I can see you. Kindly on mute. You'll be pitching. Are you there? Are you in a comfortable place that you can actually pitch this product?
I'm here.
All right, that's fine. Do you actually, understand all the product Mr. Farouk talked about? The GBES to the Naira scheme particularly. Do you? You are muted. Hello. Mr. Noah, kindly unmute yourself. I can barely hear you. Are you saying something? All right, so all right, how about can we have Mrs. Salome? Mrs. Salome, can we have you on call? Everybody wants to sell property. You don't want to sell GVest. Do you know that there's money here too as well? Everybody's running away from GVest.
Hello.
Mrs. Salome, you're here, right?
Yes, good morning. Glad to be
that's
here.
fine. Good morning. All right, so you will pitch to. Thank you for honoring us. You can actually turn on your camera so that we can push in the spotlight.
No, where I am is not convenient at the moment.
Okay, it's not convenient. That's fine. It's all right. Sorry. Just stay on call, right? We'll just use the flyer instead. Okay, so you sell to you sell to Larry. Larry, are you available for the role play? Yes. Yes. Give me some. The role play is now.
Okay, is it ready? I'm going to sell US.
All right. So,
GBP.
do you
I
want to
want to
sell
sell.
US or you want to sell Naira?
I'm selling US GBP, please, because let's take it to dollars. Cannot come and kill ourselves.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I love that. So Damilare is on call, and Damilare is. Let me paint the scenario. It's a code call. You don't know Damilare from Adam, and you want to sell um, the dollar scheme to Damilare. Damilare resides in Texas, in US, right? And you are an international broker to us, well, that has this opportunity that you want to share with it. So, Damilare, you have the floor. So you are the client. Mrs. Salome is the router.
Should I be brutal?
Yeah, be brutal,
Okay.
please.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Yeah. Excellent morning to you, Mr. Dami. It's
Yeah,
nice
good
to speak
morning.
with you it's nice to speak with you this morning. My
Yeah.
name is Amobi Salome, a real estate consultant with G-Test, and
Okay.
I help high net worth individuals to make more money via real estate. And right now, at the moment, we have an offer right there in US.
Miss Salome, I think you love listening to yourself. You're not allowed me to talk.
Oh, excellent. Good to hear from you, please. Kindly bear with me. May I know how your day is going?
All right. My day is going on well, except that you're making it look awkward. But then it's all right.
I'm so sorry about that. I'm really good. Would love to make it good, look fresh and cool. So, what would you like me to say or do now to contribute to that?
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to verify your identity because I don't know you, I don't know your organization, and I'm really interested in why you picked on me, like my own contact.
Okay, excellent. Like I said earlier, my name is Salome Amobi. I'm a real estate consultant working with G-Test Associates. I got your contact from my company sometime in the past. Our company have done a sponsored ad. I guess it was through that access that the company got access to your number, and they handed it over to me as the realtor representing this access to reach out to all the clients that have shown interest on our property. And that is why I am making this call at the moment.
Oh, well, to be honest, I think I'll still give you some time to talk, but then it's not convincing for me because I don't know if you're familiar with my name. This is a very private number, only my friends and family have. My social media is handled by my managers, so I don't know how I clicked on any ads. It seems to me like you're lying. And well, if you look at my name, it says I'm an ambassador to Grenada.
In all
So
honesty,
I'm an
I
ambassador
wouldn't
to
have
Grenada.
gotten,
I could decide to
in all
track you
honesty,
down. That's not in my interest. So just come on plainly with me. How did you get my number? I'm not buying that your excuse from ads or something. I don't click on ads. I have people I deal with directly.
it could be your manager that have done that, because I wouldn't have gotten your number out of the blue, sir. We've not met before. I'm just working on behalf of my company, and they've handed all these contacts to me to talk to our clients because they have shown interest on our adverts on the social media. Perhaps your ad manager or your social media manager must have done that on your behalf. Very sorry about that, but I'm so glad to speak with you this afternoon because I have an offer that will help you to make more money. I mean, get more return on investment right there in US, Texas to be precise.
All right. Well, it's probably because I don't know. I don't know. You have a nice voice, but then, like I said, my managers don't even have my own private number. They deal with my PA directly. But no problem. You can go on. Let me see what you have. If it's not interesting, please don't waste the 2 minutes I'm going to give to you. My time is very expensive. Okay, so go on.
Thank you so much for sparing your 2 minutes with me, sir. At the moment, we have a landed property in Texas, very close to ExxonMobil, very close to Tesla. And if you don't want to own a plot in that estate and you want to trade your money via real estate, we have an offer. We call it GVest in Texas. Here you can invest 1.2 million naira, $20,000, please. Forgive me. 20,000. I'm in Nigeria. Perhaps that is why Naira came into my mouth. But at the moment, we are talking about US investments, sir. So with your $20,000, you are going to get 6% in just 18 months. And 30,000, you are getting 7%. But if you are going to trade up to 10,000, 100, the higher your capital investment, the higher your return on investment, sir. So this is how I help high net worth individual to make more money via real estate.
Okay, if I'm not getting it correctly, is this some kind of stocks or what?
Well, it's not stock. This is real estate trading. We call it real estate trading. You buy our property and we sell for you at the expiration of the date you chose, at maturity date. Assuming you chose 18 months, 2 years, 3 years. At the end of that month, the company is going to sell for you. Return your capital plus the return on investment that was agreed upon. For instance, if you are trading $100,000, you will be getting 9%. If you are trading $200,000, you'll be getting 10% in 18 months. So what the company is going to do is to pay you back the capital which you invested, which is $200,000, plus the 10% return that will be added to it. And with the inflation rate that is increasing every day, I think the best way to give value to your money is to trade real estate and secure that your money can give value.
Miss Salome, what I would say is, I'm a very meticulous person. I'm not generous with business. So let me come from that angle, because this is money dealings. So if I was generous with business, I would not be here. So what I would say is, okay, so whenever I want to partner with a company or just a company or investments, blah blah blah. What I look at is the value of the company. So what is the like the market value of your company?
This is awesome. It will be my pleasure, sir, to send you details of my company for you to check them up. I'm going to send you our website. I'm going to send you all the investment we have delivered over the years, 17 years in business. I'm going to send you all the links that will help you sit and view it yourself. Because if we start digesting it right now, we are going to exceed the 2 minutes you have offered me. But I would love to even schedule a meeting some other time so that we can talk better. However, I'm going to send you the links, our website, our social media platforms, and everything that has to do with our company for you to gently check them through and make your decision. However, I want you to know that you are dealing with a real estate company that has integrity as their number one core value. May I know which time will be most convenient for us to schedule a meeting? Will Friday by 10 a.m. be okay? Are we safe?
All right, Miss Salome, are you there? Are you there, Miss Salome?
Right here. I mean, I think your line was interrupted, sir. So I was
Yeah.
waiting to hear from you again. Okay, so like I was saying, I said I'm going to send you the our company website, our company links. You are going to see all that the company has delivered over the past 17 years. And at the moment, we are in 4 continents. We are in US, like I mentioned. We are in Nigeria. We are in Qatar, and we are in Dubai. And perhaps there are other investments you will see on our platform that will interest you. Better still, I would like us to have a meeting, perhaps Friday. May I know if 10 a.m. Friday will be okay?
All right. Well, I would have to get back to you on that. I need to check through my calendar with my EA. And what I would say is that I need to run now. I need to run. I have a flight to
It was
catch.
nice
So
speaking
you
with
know
you.
what? Just send me. Did you have my email?
Could you please share it with me, sir? I will be glad to
Do you have
have
my
that.
email?
I will be glad to have your email, if you
Okay.
don't mind, sir, so that I can send you the details so that you can check
All
them
right.
up before we meet.
Okay. No, just send me a text and SMS. So I'm going to reply the SMS with my email address, the public one. And also, I need to speak with my financial advisor. I don't do anything without him. Mr. Charlie Monga. We are going to be on a 3-way call. So,
That will be
because
excellent, sir.
my financial. All right, sure. So I get back to you on that, and we know when next we can talk.
It was excellent speaking with you. Do have a nice day, sir.
All right, just give me every detail I need. I don't want to get back to you on anything regarding
Excellent. I'm
questions.
going to forward everything via the message I will
Have a
send
nice
to
day,
you.
Miss Salome.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day too.
All right, I need to run now. Have a nice day.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. That was a marvelous and a very good one. I think it was a very, very, very fantastic pro day. What actually struck me was that Charlie Munger. All right. So, Solomon, you actually did fantastic. Fantastic. You did well, and as well, Mr. Damilare, right? But then we still have to review. We have to review. Damilare, you have to review Mrs. Alome, and others will review Mrs. Alome as well. So Damilare, kindly unmute. So let's see what did she say wrong? What did she say right? Why? What do you think she can, do better? So that's all that's kind of that. But it was really a very good.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I feel that just like the training we had this morning, she should have allowed me to talk more. Like even start from the conversation. she just she just took over the conversation by the first 2 minutes. She not even ask, okay, if this is actually who she's talking with, she's not you love it. Okay, so it's not about you selling. It's about you knowing who you are selling to. And secondly, well, she does not have basic part of it. Tesla, blah, blah, blah. That is only for people that are selling land and stuff, but then it's okay. And okay, background. Okay. Okay, so she should have done better in trying to convince me, and actually I actually love the fact that she tried to schedule a time with me, and that's very interesting. But she really tried, because I gave her very, very big objectives. So that's that.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Damilare. Honestly, you guys did well, and I must say, okay, my own review from my end uh, to Mrs. Salome. This is rational real estate, and according to the speaker of today, it's debt syndication. And the end goal is for them to, pull in their resources. Debt syndication is just all about investors lending us their money, then we pay back with our return, right? So all you I think there was a time you actually went off the track. You're trying to explain group share, right? You're like saying about some Tesla and so what we do as well, we do money, obviously we are getting money now. We are getting people to invest. We use the money to finance our real estate project. Thereby, the return from real estate projects we use to pay back the ROI. So that's why we say we are not Ponzi scheme. So any person that promises you huge kind of profit without product or services backed up, I think it's then a Ponzi scheme. But we are into real estate, and it's so spelled out that all the money we get is needed to finance our investment, and the returns from the investment we use to give ROI to our investors. So I think that you should have made that clear, because you are actually diverting towards group share, whereas what we're talking about is, the debt situation. So maybe your what is it called? Your conversation should be more around the returns. The conversation should be more around the thousands of people that have received their ROI. Is according to record actually paid over is it $1 million? I think I'm forgetting the figure in ROI since we started. Right. So we should actually, because people really celebrate or want to be among those who they celebrate. So if you actually, say these testimonials, not really like trying to pump us or something, try to say the achievements too. I think, but obviously, Damilare was tough. He was a tough client, and we wanted you to get off the track, but you still maintain your balance. I love that, right? You really did well. You were able to get him to stay, because obviously he gave you 2 minutes, but you guys exceeded 2 minutes. I mean, you're a good salesperson. So you ask question more, and when you talk, your question will control the conversation. Because whoever asks the question control the conversation. And whenever the client talk, when he says something, it means everything. But when you say something, it means something. But when he says something, it means everything. So you have to listen more from his own end, so that you can then say what, just from still from Mr. Farouk's role play with Anita, said something to Anita that when a client asks a question or says something, your response should be in line with what the client is talking about. All right, that's a very good one, and I must commend you guys. You guys really, really did well, and thank you so much, Mrs. Anita. Sorry, Salome. Yes, yeah, Anita. This is Salome again. Thank you so much. Can we do another one, or we call it a day? Mr. Kola. All right, so another record again. This is the 17th, so 18, 19, 20, 21. In 4 days will be ending, and it will not speak well if you have not made a sale. Today is 17, tomorrow 18, next tomorrow 19, upper 20, the one that follows 21. Then we have 21 days challenge of the market, right? That means that you are expected to sell. Bring in the sales in land, bring in the sales in housing, bring in the sales in GVest. The essence of all this training is to, and as well all these role play is to put you up there to really have this perception of, okay, yes, you can do it, you can sell. You see yourself selling, you see yourself talking to clients. Real estate is a game of numbers. The amount of people you dial, create the chances of you, trying to eat up the right buyer in the market. So I want you to keep calling, keep reaching out to people, send the DM, send the mails, get data, of high net worth individuals who they call through, book physical meetings, go for events. Don't just sit down there and say you. It's good to pray. It's good to profess that you are blessed, your days are favored, but you have to put in the work as well. So you are expected to sell within these 21 days, but I am yet to receive our sales. It's good to know that Anita is joining us, I think for the first time or second time, and I've got some others, Mr. Paul and others. I never knew it was Mr. Paul. I think I'm seeing his face now. He has turned on his video. So, you guys are joining us newly, but then, you can still bring in the sales one way or the other. We trust you guys. All right. And not them alone, everybody that has been here. Right. So the announcement before we actually wrap up is actually the Doha trip. The Doha trip is coming 12th to 17th of June, right? And it will interest you to know that Doha trip is the go right now. Dr. Cosmos Manduka is coming, Dr. Stephen will be coming, Palm Check Chama will be coming, Alibaba, Son of the Prophet, and a lot more, a lot more. I think Mr. Izu too will be there, a lot more, right? Last 2 months, that was April, I was there with some other sales executive. It was right, it was fun. We went there, we were able to network, we were able to relax, we were able to learn and learn, right? So it's a place I've been before and I want to go there as well. So Doha is a fast developing country. Their population is 3 million, and out of 3 million population, the Qatarian are just, I think, 15% of the 3 million. So that means everybody coming in are actually expatriates. They are actually expatriates, I mean to say. They are actually people that want to come and invest in Qatar, right? So Qatar is a place to explore. That is a place to go, right? And not just that. If you close a sale of 50 million, you are getting your commission of 5 million, which is 10%. And as well, you are getting all expense paid to Doha, right? You're getting all expense paid. Your accommodation, your flight ticket, your visa, your meal, everything, the exploration and everything. You get to experience everything. And you're still gonna get a commission, right? You get a lot of experiences, and it will actually build your brand, to build your perception before people as well. And lastly, we are giving assignment to actually invite 20%. 20% that we actually stay up to 7 days of the World Challenge. And unfortunately, it's not up to 7 days anymore. But if you have been doing this, we are keeping record. None of us have been doing it. You buy 20% and they stay for 7 days, you get 500,000 voucher. And I think none of us showing interest. But you are encouraged to do that, to share and let people know about what we are doing. All right. Thank you so much for today. I don't know if you have any question concerning to this training, concerning role play, concerning the product, concerning the Doha trip, and concerning any other thing. And this is an announcement again. We will be going to Ijebu on Sunday and on Monday, right? And it's Ojude. It's a festival that people from the diaspora, people outside the country and within the country actually journey down to Ijebu to celebrate. There you meet high net worth individuals, you meet people you can network with. But it's just a call to people that can come. It's a 2 days kind of program. We'll be lodging there in Ijebu on Sunday. Then on Monday, we'll do the proper inspection. Then we'll come back on Monday. Right. So if you want to join, please you can reach out to me. 070-1742-3982. That will be here. 070-1742-3982. Just reach out to me. I am interested in going to Djibouti, and I'll add you to the stuff. So we'll make provision for the course, for the welfareism and all. But if you're not interested, Bawala, right? So it's just another time to explore and to see the beauty of nature in Ijabodi. All right, thank you so much for joining, and see you guys tomorrow, same time, same venue, and God bless you. That was good. Yeah, I'm done. I can leave the meeting, right?
Yeah.